What's up guys, it's Cluedier Hacker here, and today I'm going to be basically doing a user requested video, and I do apologize for not uploading at a constant rate. I have been extremely busy, but anyways, today I'm back and hopefully back in business. So basically this user, xscrap, has asked me to create a video tutorial on how to run a virtual machine and how to properly configure it. So it's very simple. You need a couple things before you get started here. First, a valid copy of Windows XP, Windows 7, or Vista, which I wouldn't recommend, especially as a virtual machine. So I'd either recommend using Windows XP or Windows XP or Windows 7, not Vista. Don't use Vista, please. Spare yourself. So there's a bunch of programs that you can use to get this up and running. If you're running Mac, I recommend using a program like Vmware Fusion, which costs money, unfortunately. So I will actually show you on VirtualBox, and what VirtualBox is a free VMware client or virtual machine client that you can use to run Windows XP on your Mac or Linux or Windows. In fact, VirtualBox is available for all three, and the cost of the software is absolutely free, so I'd recommend getting it if you want to install Windows XP. Now I'm going to delete this because I tried to do this before. So we're going to delete all files. So how to get started is basically you need a Windows XP or Windows 7 disk. And you can also install Linux, but that's another video. So I'm going to hit New, create new virtual machine, and this is Windows XP SP3. And it thinks it's DOS, so Windows XP. Here we go. I'd recommend about a gig of RAM, but in this case I'm going to give it 512 megabytes, which is half a gig. And if you're curious, 1024 is a full gig. So I'm going to create a new hard disk. I'm going to create a virtual, and I'd recommend dynamically located because it doesn't require you to use your full hard drive. Basically what it does is it allows you to use only part of it, and each time you add a file it'll increase the size. So I'm probably going to give it 30 gigs. Hit create. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click to power it on. Ignore that. Don't show this message again. It's going to tell me I'm here. Yes, continue. And you should hear the CD-ROM drive, or if you're using a standard ISO file, you can configure it with that. But chances are you'll be using a CD-ROM or DVD. In my case, I'm installing Windows XP, so I will be using a CD. So what I'm going to do is it's basically loading the files. I will pause this video and then get back to when it loads Windows XP. Okay guys, so now you should get a screen that basically says welcome to the setup. Hit enter to continue, and the F8 to agree to their terms of service, which you should read technically, but people never do. And what you want to do is you just want to hit enter to install. And I'd recommend, if you're installing this using a virtual machine, which you are, to go with the format using the quick version of NTFS. Do not use FAT, as it's limited to 30 gigs, in which case it's not really... Overall, just use NTFS regardless, even if it's less than 30 gigs. Overall, it'll just be much, much better. So it's going to format. And now it's going to install the drive. Okay, so once it basically does the whole install, it'll basically restart and you'll get a message similar to this. So you just walk it through the standard setup. So just hit next, you put your name, organization, which case I'm not going to put, and your product key, which will be gladly paused and not put in, so you don't see it. Obviously, I'm not that You need to basically name the computer, in which case I chose the name Sonic Screwdriver. If you know where that's from, then you're pretty awesome. And then you have to type in a password. So once you type that in, hit next. You want to set the date and time, which should automatically work out for you. And let it install. So basically, that's it in a nutshell. Once it gets installed, I'll show you guys how to configure the tools, and then you'll be all set. And just so you know, if you didn't know already, virtual machines are basically a way to run a operating system on your computer within another operating system. So I'm running Windows XP on top of a Mac. So that's just one example. So once this gets complete, I will show you how to, you typically want to configure it the way you do, and I will show you how to install the tools, which will allow various things to happen. So I'll show you guys that once this is done. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so now I got Windows XP basically loaded on the virtual machine and on my Mac. So what I want to do now is make it so that I can actually move my cursor off the screen, and I can have desktop enhancements such as copying and pasting items within the desktop and a lot of sharing. So in order to do that, I want to go into Machine, actually go into, let's see, Devices, and install Guest Additions. So just walk it through the installer. You want Direct3D support. If it, let's see, Windows. So we're going to have to install that within safe mode. So I'll show you guys how to get into safe mode. Once we install the guest driver. You want to hit continue anyways. Continue anyways. Continue anyways. And you want to reboot now, and I'm going to show you guys how to install the guest edition within safe mode. So let it basically shut down. Let's see here. Let's see. See, now I can move my cursor off the screen. And what it should do is it should automatically adjust in size, as you can see. Let's see here. And let's try installing that again now that we have the correct drivers. Next, next. That's what I want. Okay, so I have to get in safe mode. Still, hold on. So let's restart. I believe it's F8. Okay, so yeah, you press F8, and then you want to go with safe mode with networking. Let it load, and I will resume it once it loads. And now we are in safe mode. So let's see here. We want to go into Me. Hit yes. Let it do its loading. Okay. Then we want to basically install the guest editions, so let's install guest editions again. Hit next, now enable it, and now it shall install. And this is to get proper 3D support if you're looking for games, and it's definitely recommended, even though it is experimental. Want to add, you want to hit the continue anyways, like we saw on the last one when it says it gives you that pop-up message. So you want to hit finish, reboot now. Let it start up, and it should be very fast. I mean, I only have 512 megabytes of RAM, but it's still a very, very fast startup time. And that's about it, guys. You can view this in full screen. And now it looks as if you actually have Windows 7, which you really do on your main desktop. So thank you guys for watching this video. Definitely comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will be doing more videos. And if you have any comments or questions, I can make videos regarding them. So thank you guys, and have a nice day.